We're going to use Excel to create a timesheet today. Sometimes you just don't want to use timesheet software. So Excel is the way to record it. And it means that it's an easy way of taking that data, consolidating it, and putting it into a report. So here we are going to put together the timesheet, and we are going to put a couple of formulas in here. So first of all, let's look at our Excel spreadsheet. You'll see from here, I've got some headings and we're going to work with those. So first of all, what I'm going to do is just quickly look at a way of entering information and then how we put formulas in and how we clear it and get it ready for our users. So first off, we're going to show them how to put today's date in. Everybody should always complete a timesheet on the day they do it. Otherwise, people don't remember accurately what they've done, believe me. So control semicolon, that's a great one. That will get you to put today's date in the cell without even having to remember. And then we want to put in a category. Well, I've already got my categories here. And what I want to do is ensure that I use these. So I've highlighted them and I've named them cats. So by typing in CATS and enter, it's named that range. Incidentally, I always like to sort it. So just make sure sort A to Z and it's in alphabetical order. There's nothing worse than a drop-down list that's out of order. So we're coming down here. So now I need to use a data validation. So I'm going to go to my data validation option here. And what we're going to do is to select that and say, I want to use it from a list, and that is equals cats. I don't need to type it in because I've got it in Excel already. And then that gives me the drop down. Now, the details are what I've actually done. So if it's, I've been working on my timesheet, calculations, I'm going to pop that in there. And maybe I started at 9 o'clock in the morning, and make sure that you enter the data with colons. And let's say I finished at 10 o'clock in the morning. Now, to calculate the difference between that, it's the most recent minus the start. So that gives me an hour. Great, that looks good. But please note, if it actually only took me half an hour to do the job, that is not really showing as much here. Showing me it's 3:30. Now, that's not great when it comes to working out and multiplying by rates and calculating it. You want to be really changing that or converting it to a decimal number. So if I take that and I'm going to multiply it by, if you think what and how many hours there are in a day, then you use the calculation multiplied by 24. And then you look at that and you think, well, for hours, how does that actually work? Well, it's because of the formatting. So all I need to do is I need to just change that to decimals, and I have my 0.5. What we now want to do is we want to get this ready, and we don't want to leave it with information. You may want to give them an example, or you may want to clear it out. Probably the latter. Now, in Excel, we can also stop people entering data, and we can try and format it nicely as well. So I'm going to format it as a table. And I'm going to take this one and I'm going to say my table has headers. Now, I might want to get this ready for several rows. So I get it all nice and ready there. And I want to stop them and changing what is in these two here. So if we come down here, I then need to look at that and say, I don't want them to do that. Now, incidentally, that's not the way round to look at it. You have to change it completely to say what you do want them to do. So I'm going to take this and I am going to right click and I am going to go to my format cells. There is in here a protection tab and I need to keep that unlocked. So not the opposite of what you think. Okay, I'll need to make sure that my category, which I'm going to pop in as admin here, is all the way down to the bottom of my range. And I'm going to clear out this. What you might want to do is also take this and make sure that it is actually set to be time. And this is set to be date as well. So I am saying, yes, I want that to be a date, short date or long date, whichever you prefer. And the details, because I'm analysing this, I also want to stop them entering too much information in there and really messing it up. They need to give an idea of what they're doing. So let's go back to data validation and I'm going to say allow text in here, but it's got to be no more than, let's say, 75 characters. So you can edit that to whatever you like. My spreadsheet is now ready for them to record their timesheets. And watch out for my video where we consolidate that information.